Here, aka Shank Entertainment. We're back doing another video on today. Today I got two special guests here with me on today. As you can see right here, I got Jock 10 in the building right here, and I also got the Big Kahuna, aka LilTop.
What's going on,
Man, we
man?
got a lot to talk about, y'all. How y'all feeling?
Man, I'm good,
Doing
man.
good, man.
Okay.
A lot of stuff to
Uh,
cover.
Yeah, a
as
lot of
y'all
stuff
know,
to
it's a lot
cover.
going on in the NFL and just the whole platform of football as a whole. So I wanted to get this opportunity to really chat about it a little bit. Before I begin, though, as you can see that QR code in the middle of the screen, that's going to be the direct link and direct QR code to Jock 10's channel. So if anybody who's tapping into this want to shift on over to his channel, you can just scan that right there. It should take you directly to his channel. So, and I'll also have their channels and their Facebooks and Instagrams all in the description as well. So, but yeah, let's get on with it though. All right, so first thing we're talking about, I was actually talking to Jock about this yesterday. Wanted to bring it over to the platform a little bit more. What do y'all think about this whole bracket right now? So obviously we passed the first round of the playoffs. Now we chipping away, heading on to the Super Bowl. Now, what y'all think about it?
I'm shocked, man. I ain't gonna lie. I really thought I'm shocked that the Redskins and the Ravens that upset that really shocked me. I was surprised. It's almost like you don't know what's gonna happen because the Redskins got a chance to beat the Eagles if you really sit back and think about it. If
Uh,
they can stop that run.
Me personally, I'm not surprised at all. Like I told Kev yesterday, in my opinion, Jaden Daniels might be the best quarterback in the playoffs right now. Like performance wise, we can't really talk years past because he just got into the NFL, you're a rookie. But when we talking now in the present, he got the best quarterback play as far as the Final Four quarterbacks, and if you ask me, he's way better than the quarterback he's playing this weekend. So if his defense show up, I feel as though he can pull it off.
Yeah, honestly, he is. I think what surprised me about Jalen Daniels is his poise and him being a rookie this first year going to an AFC Championship game. I think it's only three other quarterbacks to do that. I think Russell Wilson was one on Ben Roethlisberger, if I ain't mistaken. And so I think the way he got a good supporting cast around him, so it wouldn't be crazy to think that they don't have a chance against the Eagles. But that's if they could stop the run, because the Eagles got a big line up there, and they got Saquon, so it's gonna be a task still.
My thing about the Eagles and the Commanders is like one of them got an expectation to live up to, and one of them don't got nothing to lose. One of them was 4-13 last year, so it's like being in the predicament they're in now. The Commanders got. I ain't gonna say the Eagles don't got dogs, but I don't feel as though they as hungry as the Commanders. Like as far as like offensive wise, they've been had the key pieces. Like they was just a quarterback away, and Jaden Daniels really showed you what organization can do when they go grab a good quarterback out the draft or go grab a good quarterback from free agency and actually put the pieces together and try to, cause they probably got the worst or the cheapest roster in the playoffs right now. So it's like
Right.
to have one of the cheapest rosters and made it all the way to the Final Four to your conference championship.
Right.
That says a lot about the coaching staff, the GM, and Jaden Daniels.
It's 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 definitely telling a lot, man. I said this to somebody. I said right now, in my opinion, to me, Jalen Daniels already a top five quarterback right now, and he throw better. Other than Patrick Mahomes, to me, he got the best. He's the best passer in the NFL. Other than Mahomes, the way
Yeah.
he plays the ball and his ball placement.
Versus the Lions, he was 22 for 31, 299 yards and two passing touchdowns.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like to walk into Detroit and to play like that as a rookie. You never been in this situation ever. You on the road your whole playoff run. You on the road and you knocking off top contenders.
Right.
That's not normal. And it's like I don't want to sound biased, but I don't think you go over to the Eagles. I honestly don't think 15 for 20, 128 yards is going to get it done this week for Jalen Hurts. I feel like he's going to have to put the ball in the air. You feel me? I feel like Bobby Wagner and Louvu and that front five they got, if they can lock in and pack the box and make Jalen Hurts throw, it's going to be
Yeah,
a long day
that
for you.
that's gonna be the key because Hurts. It has been shown they was just a bad player away from losing to the Rams, and
Yeah.
we saw it. Even though Saquon ran the ball efficiently, he ran the ball good, but they was still just a play away. And I think Jalen Brown has only had like one catch per playoff coming into the playoff game. They ain't been able to find no rhythm passing the ball. So, like you said, if they can make Jalen Hurts be a thrower, they've got a real chance.
If we talking about the heart of the Eagles, one
Yeah.
thing about throwing the ball 31 times, you're giving Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith,
Yep.
guys like that 31 times to come
Yeah,
get you.
yeah,
Granted, he can run, but
yeah.
so can the Eagles. The Eagles defense can run. The linebacker they got, number 53, forgot his name. He's having a fantastic year.
And also, it looked like Hurts got nicked a little bit last game too, so that's gonna be something to kind of watch out for him
Hurts
there.
definitely Hurts definitely like took a nasty hip drop, which
Yeah.
they made a rule, but they don't call. He got a hip drop tackle on him last
You
week,
got to
but
be Patrick Mahomes to get a call if you're a quarterback in the NFL.
yeah,
You
definitely.
got to be
And
Mahomes.
then it's like with when it comes to playoff time, I feel as though Jalen Hurts is ready for a game like this as well. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like he's not, because
Right,
when you can hand the ball off 60 times in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, the wear and tear on your body is not what it was the years before.
right,
He's not running the ball 10, 12 times a game like the previous years.
right,
So I mean, he don't got to put the whole load on him when you can hand the ball off 26 times for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns.
right.
So I
Hey,
feel like I feel
person
like
you
the
was talking
Eagles.
about, Zach Bond is the person you was talking
Zach,
about.
yep, Zach Bond. And I my favorite linebacker growing up, and he reminded me so much of him, is Luke Kuechly. Like
Yeah, I can see that.
he's
I can see
having he's having a Luke Kuechly type of year. You
We'll
feel me?
kick it.
And this is just this year. You feel me? It's like he got a lot of work to for me really get compared to a legend like Luke Kuechly. But
Right,
like
right,
as far as the season he's having right now, and it's like when you play for the Eagles, like I said, you got an expectation to play up to, especially for
right.
y'all fans. Y'all fans are annoying.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro.
The
Don't do
Eagles
that,
fans,
bro.
the Eagles fans are annoying, but one thing they do is hold their players accountable. They will let you know when you're
Yeah,
not doing
and
your
and,
job.
and and the Eagles, rightfully so, they've been to the Super Bowls in recent years. Pretty much back. They beat the Patriots. What year was that? Philadelphia beat the Patriots.
2017, that was
They beat
2017.
the,
2017.
and
Yep.
they was one bad call away from winning the previous year. So I give it to him. Hey, Jalen Hurts played good, and I think Jalen Hurts he a franchise quarterback, and he's a solid quarterback. I just think he needs a more strong and supporting cast around him to get it done. But Jalen Hurts, I won't take nothing from him. He seemed like a great leader for his team. So I ain't gonna take too much away from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I can't. Me personally, I don't. I just don't like. As far as like being a quarterback myself, in games like this, I can honestly tell you like 128 yards is not going to get it done.
Like, correct. I do.
140 yards is not going to get it. They're going to have to throw the ball, but it's like it's not. I don't think it's going to be like the previous times they played Commanders, where it's going to just be throw the ball up to AJ Brown. Because the back end on the Commanders have been playing. They got about what 2-3 picks in the playoffs this year. They
And
Yeah.
haven't been taking the ball out the air, so it's just like
and
you're
if we
gonna have
remember, I
to.
don't know if you might could get it, Kev. The Commanders beat the Eagles in one of their matchups in the regular season when Jalen Daniels was down, and he
Yeah, they
came
did.
and beat
Yep,
and won.
they came back and beat us. So it's like it's capable. They won one right
Yep,
now. The
yep,
Eagles won the first game. The Commanders won the last. But my thing is, what I love so much about the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, I never been so comfortable down a touchdown with with a minute left on the clock with a rookie quarterback ever.
right,
Right.
right,
His last 5 games before the last 5 games, before the Detroit game, all been won on the last play of the game or the last drive of the game. Like he is so poised when it comes to clutch situations, and it's like, damn, to have that much confidence in yourself. Your rookie year, this your first year in the National Football League. It's
I
different.
told
I've never seen it before.
I said and give it a year or two, maybe 3. It could be sooner. I said Jalen Daniels gonna soak up some of the MVPs from Lamar and Mahomes. He gonna soak up some of the MVPs because he throws, like I say, throwing the ball. He passes better than everybody except, like I say, when it comes to
Yeah.
Mahomes. But he might take that throne. We really just have to see. This is his rookie year, man. It's been a long time since I've seen a rookie quarterback come out and do some of the things he's doing. You wasn't even thinking about the Commanders until this year.
So it sounded to me like y'all saying that out of the matchup with the Eagles and the Commanders, y'all got the Commanders winning.
Yeah,
Huh?
I take,
Man.
I will put it like this: if the defense let them control the line of scrimmage,
Right.
and because Saquon's gonna do what Saquon does.
Correct.
Feel me?
Correct.
Because he would do it on the Giants. So you gave him a line that they messed up. The league messed up. You can't stop it now. It's too late.
Right. Right.
But the defense has to get off. They got to prevent them third and shorts.
Right.
Because 3rd and 3 versus the Eagles, that's that 3rd and 4. That's three. That's four down territory. Because 4th and 1, you're not gonna stop them. You feel me? So it's like you
Right.
gotta. I feel like they need to pack the box early. You feel me? Play and trust their back end. But if they go to
I,
that.
I would
If
gamble the same way. I would stack the box up and probably play cover. I would literally stack the box. I ain't worried about your back end. I feel like my cut we can cover that. I'm not gonna let Saquon beat me. Jalen Hurts gotta be if Jalen Hurts beat me,
Yes, you
but
got to make Jalen Hurts' arm beat you. You don't lose to
yes,
Jalen Hurts' feet.
Yep.
Don't lose to Saquon's feet.
right,
And personally, if I'm the defensive coordinator, my best player on my defense got to be down in the box. They got to put Jeremy Chin in the box
right.
if they really want a chance of stopping the run, because he's probably one of the hungriest players on that defense.
And
Coming
they do
over from
have Bobby.
Carolina, like
Yeah,
he's a great player, and I feel though I would want him to shadow Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts pull the ball, that's who should be tackling him every time.
and they do have Bobby Wagner. He real
Yes,
seasoned. He experienced.
you
He
got
done.
a veteran linebacker. You got a veteran line, but I still don't trust him by himself in the hole with Saquon.
Now, not by itself. Now, Saquon.
Yeah, I
Hey
don't trust
man,
him by himself. They
hey man.
gotta swarm to the ball. They gotta put 11 hats to the ball. But I feel as though I wouldn't play too high versus Jalen Hurts. He's not a
Nah, I
passing
wasn't
threat.
touching. No,
I will walk Jeremy Chin down.
I went. I wouldn't play cover top. Play cover 2 shell. I wouldn't. No. I would literally go probably cover 1. Cover like I say, you get
Yeah.
that box right. Have somebody down. But
And
I,
and
that,
and Kev, correct me if I'm wrong. The rookie from Michigan, Sunstill or whatever his name is, I forgot his name. He
Uh,
actually played nickel in college, but they moved him over the corner.
okay.
correct. No.
I don't. I think the first time they played him, he was on AJ Brown. I don't like that matchup.
Mm,
I don't like that matchup at all. Not even because it's not even a technique thing, but
yeah.
simply 230 pounds at receiver
Yeah.
Right.
is a different thing to bang with for 4 quarters.
Right. I look at when I look at AJ Brown. Okay, he ain't the most technically sound. He's not the fastest, but he is so big and strong. He
Yeah,
he, he really is physical, man. And like he a dog. You got to play him. You got to play him. And
yeah. I will bracket him. I never ever seen AJ Brown really bracketed in a game that matters. Like I
right,
wouldn't go just say forget it and go 1-on-1 because you're never gonna win that game. You're never gonna win that matchup. 100
right.
out of 100 times. If it's a good ball, AJ Brown's gonna come down with
He
it.
go
But
he go he know how to position himself last. He real
yeah, but I
ball.
will put the rookie on Smitty because that if I'm
Yeah.
Commanders, after them two people in the backfield, the next threat, and to be honest, it might not even be Smitty. It might be Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I
That's
would
who
want
that's who you
Jeremy
gotta
Chin.
watch.
Yeah, I would
You gotta
definitely want
watch.
Jeremy Chin in the box to guard him.
Yup. That's who you have to watch. God, he real sneaky. If you let
Yeah,
him
because
get
128 yards, that ain't nothing but dump downs to the tight ends
yup,
and getting the ball out to the
yup,
running backs.
yup,
You
yup,
feel me? Jalen Hurts got the mindset if we can run the ball and take care of it, no turnovers, we can win the game.
yup.
So
Yep.
I feel as though if you get up in the box and dare him to throw the ball down the field, it's gonna be a long day in Philly.
That's what got the Ravens beat. You seen the fumble and the
Yep.
first seen Lamar throw the pick. Even though they have Derrick Henry this year, they ain't have no excuse. Derrick Henry rushed for 1,900 yards this season. He was like 76 yards away from getting 2,000 yards, just like Saquon did. But it was the turnovers, and the Bills came out with a lot of energy, and I don't think the Ravens was all the way prepared for that.
Yeah, and if we talking about the Ravens game, like I watched the interview, the post game interview with Lamar. He took the blame as any NFL quarterback could do, what should
Right,
do.
right.
But one thing, like growing up playing football, I was taught at a young age a word that stuck with me for a long time, and it's amnesia.
Mm,
Like it's all about the next play. So it's like, yeah, Lamar threw an interception.
right,
Yeah, Lamar fumbled. You feel me? It might have turned into push, but it's the National Football League. These people are getting paid millions of dollars.
right,
Stuff like that's gonna happen. But I
right.
feel as though the last play of the game, you got a chance to go into overtime. What
Gonna
happened
roll,
during the game
roll,
doesn't matter no more.
flip it. Got it. Oh, the ball was
Yep, right there.
dropped.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
had the
Oh,
two-point
Everything that happened
conversion in
before
his
that
I'm
hands.
like, what the hell?
yeah, like everything that happened before that play doesn't matter no more.
Hold on to the ball.
Because let me ask you this, Kev. If they
Yep.
if he catches that ball and they go into overtime, what's the narrative? Is this still Lamar threw a pick, Lamar fumbled, this,
Right,
that, Lamar did this, Lamar?
right,
Everybody's gonna blame Lamar because first of all, he's Mr. MVP, so everybody's looking for something to say
right,
about it. And
right,
Right.
he's playing against the person he's running up against in
right,
the MVP
right,
vote. So it's like if the Ravens win that going to overtime and win that game with the turnovers they got,
Mm-hmm.
what's the narrative? That's why I don't go off of what happened during the game. Yeah,
right,
X is football. It's X's and O's. If we would have moved the X over here, this play, this, that, and the third, like it all comes with the game. But all I know is when that moment come, and it's always going to come. One thing about football, that moment, your chance to shine is always going to come. And
right.
Andrews just wasn't. He
Yeah,
wasn't there that day.
I
He
couldn't
wasn't
believe it.
prepared
I
for the
like
moment.
Likely better for that play. I just couldn't believe it. But even when I was watching this game now, and I understood they had to go for it, but I told my homeboy, I said I felt like they should have just kicked the field goal on the 2-point conversion because and now we talk about a different game too. See, now it's tied. We automatically going in OT. But Lamar came back. He gave his team a chance to fight. But I think they should have. I think they should have ran the ball more in the first half. The Ravens with
First
him.
half, and
Well,
it's crazy that you say that because it's like Lamar. I mean, not Lamar. Derrick Henry. If you look at his stats, a lot of his, I think, like 1,200 of his yards came from the second half.
yes,
You
yes,
feel me? And it's like, all right, it's that's normal. That's normal for some teams. Like some teams are just second half teams.
right,
But you're going into Buffalo. It is 12 degrees outside,
yes,
and you're in a playoff game. You have arguably one of the best running backs in NFL history.
yes,
I'm
yes.
feeding him. He touches the ball
I
10 to 12 times in the first half.
every single time, every single time. I got to get Henry the ball. I got to make him wear that defense. That they gonna get tired of tackling. Y'all know that from playing football. You are gonna get tired of tackling him all game.
If that hurt, I promise you, that hurt. Tackling someone that's that big,
Right.
play after
All
play after play, you wearing down the linebackers.
you are wearing them down. Not
Buffalo
all.
Bill is not deep in their linebacker room. He
Yep,
wearing down the linebackers in a playoff game, and then you got people like Hill and Mitchell, little fast cats that come in
yep, yep,
to get the ball after that. Like, because every
yep.
time Hill touched the ball, it was 7, 8 yards.
He get yeah. He
Seven,
get
yeah, he gone
yep,
because they didn't wore down. They tired. They gassing for tackling 6'4", 250.
yep.
So
So
do
it's
y'all
like,
feel like the Bills going to go play at the Chiefs stadium going to have a huge impact in this game?
I
yes.
I personally don't think so.
I,
What?
honestly, mind you, I'm not even that older. I'm still young, but I know from experience,
Right.
you don't go into Arrowhead Stadium and just win.
And just
Not
win.
when it matters.
Not at all.
Not when you really got to. If you gonna beat Kansas City, it got to be by 2 scores.
Right.
It got because you cannot give him the ball with a chance to win the game. You cannot give him the ball with a chance to with up on the score, the chance to run the clock out. it doesn't work either way. And it's like, all right, everybody know this is like a up and coming rivalry with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen in the AFC. The
Right.
game might get chippy, but it's like emotionally, you probably got to be tucked this game because y'all know how the refs coming.
Right.
That
But
that 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 man in red, he get touched after the whistle.
I'm about
right.
to say this
This
that's
is going to
comforting
be,
right now.
and I would tell people this: if I was the gamble on this game, I would take the undercut. This is going to be a field position game. I feel like it's going to be a lot of punts.
Yup.
The defense going to have to show. It's going to come down to who got the better defense. I
Yep.
think everybody looking at it like Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. I don't see this being a 300 yards apiece shootout.
No.
But they had Patrick Mahomes. He haven't even been having that type of year.
No, he hasn't.
Whereas a crazy air raid.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it being that this year. And it's like Josh Allen. He got the weapons to do it. He got
Right.
a crazy wide receiver room.
Right.
And due to Stephon Diggs leaving, they don't have a true wide receiver run. So going into game planning for them, it's like, all right, who is his favorite target? Who do we favor? Who do we bracket?
Right. I think that's the
I,
unpredictability of it.
yeah, I don't feel as though there's an answer to that question.
Right. It's not. It's not. And
Khalil Secure.
the Bills were the Bills. They all. It's been one score games the last 2 years. The Bills have played the Chiefs, but like you said, you can't give Mahomes a chance.
Yeah,
But
nah, you can't.
but
It's
I honestly, I mean, yeah, Arrowhead is hard to play, and I've heard, but I honestly, I don't think it play a factor just because how many times they've went at it. Like I feel like Josh Allen know what he got to do to beat the Chiefs. You
so
can't
so
turn
you
him.
feel as though he know what he's walking into.
Yeah, but only reason why I say that because the last few times they played that I mean he's played them Arrowhead in the playoffs before, and they playing Josh Allen undefeated against Mahomes in the regular season. He just can't beat him in the playoffs for some weird reason. He 3-0 in the regular season. Playoffs is 0-4, 0-4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm crazy like that. And it's like
Yeah, it's a crazy
because
thing. Like that's crazy.
and that's where the better coaching, the better quarterback, that's
Yeah,
gonna win that game that matters. And that's why I feel as though it's not even gonna come down to Josh Allen unless Josh Allen's gonna take it upon himself and really sit and break down that defense because they got probably one of the best defensive coordinators in the league.
yeah, they do. They
What
do.
do we got
Them
coming?
blitzes that he draws up, them blindside blitzes. Because one thing I know from a quarterback perspective, if you can blitz and get Josh Allen out the pocket,
Yeah,
rolling to his left, don't let him roll to his right.
he wrote to
Roll
his right
to,
up with that big arm he got.
it's going to be a long game when it comes to getting them two quarterbacks off their pivot because they probably one of the two best quarterbacks in the AFC when it comes to getting off
Right.
their pivot and making
True.
plays off a limb. But
Yep. M for
it's
Bob.
not something that you really want to do every play. A quarterback, I love to just drop back and make his reads, but
Right.
them two defensive coordinators, they gotta come. I feel like they gonna come to play this week.
Hold on, we
Yeah.
got a comment here. Let's see what he said. 100% Josh Allen understands what he's walking into. He's been able to beat him in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, can he pull it off?
And that's gonna be the big question. I think Josh Allen, if he loses to Mahomes this time, he catches a lot of scrutiny. I really it would have been the same for if Lamar would have went because we see what happened. But Josh Allen coming into this year, okay, you've been through it time and time again before. This probably the best chance Josh Allen got to beat Patrick Mahomes. If you look at all the circumstances around it, Mahomes hasn't been playing well this year. This probably been Mahomes probably. I guess you could say probably his worst year since he's been started. I think this the best chance for Josh Allen to beat Patrick Mahomes this year right now. You just have to find a way, man. You got to.
I'm telling you right now, if Josh Allen wants to beat Kansas City in the playoffs, he's going to have to beat them with his legs because the
Yeah,
Kansas City back end will take the ball out the air.
yeah, yeah.
They will
I
take
agree.
and one thing I love Josh Allen for his big arm. Like I love a quarterback that can throw the ball down the field, but it's gonna have to be quick game, keep the ball away from the defense, and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yes, yes.
If the longer Patrick Mahomes is on the field, the better of the chance something spectacular is going to happen, and
Right.
better the chance you going down on the scoreboard.
It's exactly. I agree with that. Control the time of possession. Keep your defense fresh.
Them third and threes, if that first read, that second read not there, I would love to see him take off and get the first down.
Yeah, because Josh Allen, and I told somebody, I said Josh Allen, he about what 6'6", 6'5", but he can move, man. Josh Allen, he moved real good in open space when he's running. He's powerful, and it's real hard to get to him when he running the open field like how he do.
Yeah, he got to use his legs.
Yeah,
James Cooks, he got to play a big load.
yeah,
He gotta be. They gotta be able to establish a run game.
correct.
Nick Bolton, the other linebacker, number 23, that they grabbed last year, I think it was last year or the year before that, because the Chiefs still got some players that's still looking to get paid. That's still
Yeah, yeah.
playing for that contract. Like they only really paid what McDuffie and Big Jones up front.
No,
And
Chris
did McDuffie even get paid yet? I don't even
I,
know.
I
But
don't I don't know if Duffy did. I know Chris Jones got paid for
yeah,
sure.
Chris Jones got paid. Like all their money is really on the offensive side. So it's like
Yeah,
that's what I'm I'm a offensive player, yeah, all day, but a hungry defense, a defense that communicates, and from one side to the other, you can't stop a defense that with 11 guys on the same page. It's impossible.
Yeah,
right.
he got paid.
It's impossible. You
I mean,
cannot beat a
Duffy did
team
get paid.
Yeah.
that's on the
Okay.
same page. So it's like if the Buffalo Bills come and they put their shackles on and they lock in and really come up with that defensive coordinator come up with a game plan to slow down Patrick Mahomes, because you're not going to stop him. If you can slow down Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah,
Right.
then you got a fighting chance. But one thing I can honestly say, they don't want to walk in Arrowhead Stadium and let the Chiefs establish a run game with Pacheco and Kareem Hunt.
no, 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 no,
You can't give Patrick Mahomes a
no,
run game because
no.
it's going to be a long day because he don't need it. And
I think
he proved the years after years he don't need a run game.
he don't.
So it was like, and not to even get off topic, even when when Colorado played UCF, everybody thought it was going to be UCF running the ball heavy, Colorado passing the ball heavy, and
Right.
you gave Shador Sanders a run game, and they won by 20. They won by
Oh,
21 points. You cannot give a drop back quarterback a run game because play action is going to play a factor.
it,
His number one target comes in a factor on play actions. You don't want to let Travis Kelce creep through your defense because
right.
he doesn't have routes. He's out there running what he wants.
He run option routes.
Yeah,
I listen to Kelsey, I just say
he's
he'll
going
do a
to
stuff
open
up a
space and he's being a ball player. That's what he's doing. He's being
yeah.
a ball player.
He said,
So
but
I think the run game opened up so much more from everybody else because now we got to start pulling safeties down to the box, and it opened up the one-on-one matchups outside, which is why I think that's just like how Lamar played off and Derrick Henry played off each other this year, like you said, and it opened up everything, and you just gonna kill play action at that point. So they give him a run game, and so with. But I'm gonna take the bill. I'm gonna take the underdog. I think this the year Josh Allen finally. I'm hoping he finally beat Mahomes this year. I got a one score game.
I feel like the Bills got an overall better offense though.
yeah, but look, that's the thing though, because it's like
But I don't know.
based off this season, they do got the better offense. The Kansas City offense haven't been as explosive, but y'all got to remember who's coming off injury. You feel
Right,
me? Who got 2 weeks of playoffs. I
right,
mean, 3 weeks. The last week 18, and then the 2 weeks of playoffs to knock that rust off. Bro,
right,
y'all please don't forget who Marquise Brown is.
right,
Yeah.
Please don't forget who he is. Travis Kelce, he carried the load, 117 yards and a touchdown. Like he gave them a chance to get used to the speed again. They all coming off injury. And Kareem Hunt carried the load in the backfield this year, so it's like the guys like Pacheco and Marquise Brown and Worthy still had a whole year to play with the best quarterback in the league, and
Right.
you telling that young man he got one chance he got a chance to make it to the Super Bowl his rookie year. He's gonna go out there. They're gonna go out there and run past people.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes have the fastest receiver core in the playoffs right now.
He do.
So that is something I will still keep in mind. Yeah, it might not be explosive, but don't mean it can't be explosive because this
Yeah.
might be a game where Patrick Mahomes decides, all right, let me try the deep ball.
Like I
Because
said,
we didn't seen them DBs for the Bills receivers get behind them. We didn't seen it before.
right.
They're not really bump and run corners.
Nah,
They play a lot of zone, and when they do go man, it be a lot of off man.
Yep.
I don't see them. I don't see them getting up and pressing this receiver core because it's like if you get a good press,
because I don't think you want to play zone with
yeah.
Patrick. Travis
But
Kelce.
yeah, even zone you can't really play zone
Yeah, it's gonna be
because
hard.
of Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce gonna eat through that zone.
But that's where I feel as though you put it like the Chargers. You put a safety in the box, you go zone everywhere else, and you man up the tight end because the tight end is his number one target.
Yeah.
Nah, this is a good comment right here. It says for the people who actually bet, what would you look for in the games, Eagles versus Commanders? So I'm actually looking on here on prospects. I'm not sure if anybody
He said NC's versus Bills.
in this prospects thing, but let's talk about quarterbacks. So I see it right here on prospects right now. They got Patrick Mahomes for either more or less than 253 yards passing yards. Yeah, I feel
I
like
got less.
less.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they also got Josh Allen on here for 230 yards, more or less passing yards.
I got less again.
Less again.
That's just me though. That's just me now.
And then Jock, you brought this up earlier. They got Jalen Hurts on here for passing for more than 183 yards passing. So that's the number that you brought up earlier.
I listen. I'm telling you right now, and my thing is, when it comes to Jalen Hurts,
Right.
I will take if I'm betting anything that got to do with passing with Jalen Hurts, I'm taking it under on his passing attempts. Because with Jalen Hurts, if his first couple passes don't connect, they're gonna reestablish that run game.
Yep.
Like last game, they tried to get it to AJ Brown early on the dig route. He dropped it.
Yep.
Then I think it was like the last play of the half. They threw it. He dropped it on the goal line.
Yep.
You feel me? A lot of quarterbacks do protect their completion rate, and then when you have a dog in the backfield like Saquon Barkley, I just don't see him throwing the ball more than 25 times a game.
Right.
And I feel as though even 25 is a stretch.
I don't see it. And then honestly, rightfully so. Why would you if you got Saquon? That's why y'all bought him here to get y'all over. Saquon is that kind of talent. He's like I said, I put him and Henry in the battle, me personally, but Saquon is that kind of talent. He can get. I think he can run the Eagles to the Super Bowl if they're able to establish the run the right way. But it all depends on how the game come down. Now,
but I would just raise to that if I'm being honest with you, Kev. If my predictions is right, they will be down in the fourth quarter and forced to throw the ball. So I will take Jalen Hurts over.
Over that 183?
180. Yeah, I would take him. I think this is the game he throw for like 214, 216, 2 touchdowns. Like I feel like they air the ball out this week. I feel like the Commanders make them.
I'm gonna have to agree with Seven on here inside the comment section. He said he thinks this is gonna be a high scoring game. So if y'all had to give a score prediction right now, what the score would be? What would y'all say that would be?
I would go 34-28.
34-28?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I will go 31, 34. Game winning field goal.
Yep.
Game winning field goal? Okay. I like that.
Game winning field goal.
Yep.
And that's another thing that plays in a factor with the Eagles. Jake Elliott will miss field goals.
Right.
And I feel like a game like this, they're gonna need them 3 points. Like these two kickers, they real iffy with putting them extra points on the boards. And you need everything in this game.
You do.
You can't leave nothing on the plate. You can't
look
leave
like everybody thinks it's gonna be. I'm checking the comment section out as well. Looks like everybody is saying that it's going to end up with the Bills versus the Commanders. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But look, right? I'm like I look into like the little stuff, like little stuff that people don't peep. I'm looking at the Super Bowl logo.
Right. I've heard somebody talking about
Yep.
that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I went to the past couple years. That main color, and they've been trying to tell us something for years after years after. Bro, that is red and burgundy.
Oh
That's
wow.
like a red, burgundy, yellow color, and it's giving me Chiefs versus Commanders.
Wow.
It's really giving. So I feel as though if I'm
I
right,
got I gotta pee real fast, y'all.
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
If I'm right,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people will pay attention more. But
Right.
like even the year y'all went, the logo was green. You feel me?
Okay. I
The
ain't
the
never
year
picked that.
the year the Rams beat the Bengals, the
Right.
logo was blue.
Let's pull up the logo. Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
because I
bro.
never
Yes, I really want you to pay attention. Like they literally
I
been
never
trying to tell
peeped
us
that.
stuff year after year. I think last
Hold on.
year, last year was like a green purple. It was like
Okay.
no, it was like a red and purple joint. So everybody thought it was the Ravens year, and
Yup,
then
he right. And he
yep,
right though. He right though. We gonna
everybody thought it was the
but
Ravens year. Then
I was just about to say though, but when it was purple now, the Ravens ain't go now.
I'm telling you right now, see, that's this year, right?
Yup,
Yep.
That's this year, and look
yup,
at the teams that's left.
yup,
What team wear yellow?
yup. But
Chiefs.
but 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 hold on now. When it was purple, the Ravens didn't go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what had people like, nah, this one BS, this one
Yeah,
BS. But you go back a year later. You feel me? It's
yeah.
like, all right,
But I seen somebody talking about that, and I was like, damn, man, think about it, even when Eagles and Chiefs went out, like, damn, you know what, that just crazy. Now he ain't too far off with that. I will say that I
that
seen
it's a reach. I would say it's definitely a reach. But I feel as though it's one of them like they've really been telling us something these last couple of years. That all I needed to see was when the Eagles went, it was green. When the Rams went, it was blue. And
right.
now it's red with red and yellow with a team that wear red and yellow and on both
Right.
sides of the bracket.
That is weird though.
You feel me? So it's like I'm telling you right now, that man Jaden Daniels goes in there, walks into Philly and beats Philly. I'm telling you, he better put his head down and get home.
We might be talking about one of the greatest rookie seasons ever by a quarterback.
Yes,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
yes. And it was like
He's
I
gonna win
was,
Rookie of the Year.
And not solely being
but
just carried by
but
your defense. You actually good. You
yo,
making a major impact to your player.
he carried that team. He was the missing piece.
Yes.
He was the missing
He's
piece.
a game changer.
Scary Terry, his whole career just wanted a quarterback that understood his needs, and he finally got one.
Right.
They went and hit the draft, got De'Ami Brown.
Yep.
Like they built the pieces. All they needed was a quarterback. They
Right.
got it, and you see where it took them. And it's like my thing is about Jaden Daniels. He had Rookie of the Year bottled up. What week 3,
Man,
week 4?
by week four. By
Yeah,
week
like
four. I said it. I said, man, I
I love as a quarterback. Consistency is the main key. That's how you build your resume. Consistency. Like
right.
don't 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 throw for 300 here or two something here, and then you come throw for 100 yards here. Like you feel me? It was constantly every week with him. Like
Right.
it took him a few weeks to get the hang of it, but it was like once he threw that Hail Mary versus the Bears.
What about everybody exposing these scripts though? So like, good point, Seven. Back when the Ravens went to the Super Bowl, everybody exposed that script and they ended up changing it. That's probably what changed the whole narrative of it in the first place.
Yeah, that's true too. When they catch up, they could have changed it. Like, okay, everybody knows the Ravens. Because even if you look at history, the last three Raven quarterbacks won the Super. The last two won at age 28. So they had done leak that out with the Ravens. Was like, oh snap, Lamar gonna win. He 20, and then you see he end up losing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
I don't know.
NFL had never exposed their hand.
Right, right,
They
exactly,
would definitely flip the script on
exactly.
you fast.
Is that you know
Even
what
if
I mean?
even if the game don't even make sense.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? And that was another thing. Like, if we really look at the whole bracket, it's a lot of teams that shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
Yeah, because I'm looking at
That's something else I was going to bring up to y'all. Who do y'all Who do y'all feel like should have been inside this conversation right now in these
The
last round of
Bengals.
playoffs?
The last
The,
round, I'm gonna say Ravens. Ravens and probably I'm gonna say the Ravens.
The
Off the
Ravens.
top of my yeah, Ravens for sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Lions.
I don't know.
I mean
Look,
the Lions. No,
I,
no. Truthfully, technically, the Lions ain't had no business losing that game. That's just being honest. They really didn't. Not with the
they
talent.
really didn't. Like that was an upset. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
that was
lie.
definitely an upset.
That was an upset. But I tell people this: if that game's in LA, it don't even. It could have been at a neutral spot with no snow.
Right.
I don't think the Eagles survived that round.
I I ain't gonna lie, man. The Eagles was one. Well, I watched the whole game, and I'm like, okay, Saquon running, but then the Rams still holding on.
Roll,
Having a hard
flip it. Got
time with that.
My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to do that.
That's the 2-point conversion. But having a hard time connecting. I see him and AJ Brown could get on the same page, and I'm just like, and I see Stafford coming out making these throws. I'm like, man, if that weather was different, and the Browns was really one bad throw away from winning that game and upsetting the Eagles.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. This is why I said in a neutral spot with no snow, the Eagles don't survive that round because you put a veteran quarterback like Matt Stafford on the last drive of the game, down 6, to go down the drive in good conditions.
He can get it done.
The Eagles lose that game. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah,
But like I said, when it comes to dropbacks and obvious pass situations, where the Eagles did good at, they went and got some dogs up front that's gonna get after it.
yeah,
And like I said, you give Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter and Zach Bond and them a chance to get in your face. N'Kobe Dean, when he comes back, a chance to get in your face is gonna be a long day for you. And Matt Stafford is a pocket passer. But that's where I feel as though I'm not really worrying about it with the Commanders because Jaden Daniels can get away from him. But if
yeah. He can't. He rushed for like 800 yards this season.
if Jaden Daniels start taking sacks this game and playing behind the sticks, you playing right into the Eagles' hands.
Yep.
You playing right because the Eagles not gonna give up 15 yards, 16 yards, 17 yards, second and 17s and third and 16s and stuff like that. They're not giving up them.
Right.
That is a good defense. So if you wanna play have a chance to beat the Eagles, you got to play ahead of the sticks.
Right.
And that's gonna be. And I would hate to sit here and put that all on Jaden Daniels, Eckler, Robinson Jr. They got to hand that ball off versus the Eagles. That front line, they got to establish a run game because you also want to keep. You don't want to keep Jalen Hurts off the field. You want to keep Saquon off the field because he's a one play touchdown type of guy.
Right.
He has he has the big play speed, so it's like I'm not so much worrying about keeping Jalen Hurts on the field. I'm trying to keep that run game off the field. I want to keep Lane and Becton. I want to keep that front five, that offensive line off the field. Like you let that front five and Saquon run on the field for 20 plus 30 plus minutes. That's over. You don't
Yeah,
got
I'm
no
not.
chance.
I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I mean, no,
Oh,
it almost reminds you of the Patriots. They just win every year. They made
Yeah.
a rule in the middle of a game when Tom Brady played the Raiders just so they could go the Patriots. It's like it's the same song. We see it's like the same thing. Just make it an even playing field. Whoever really supposed to go and win, just let it play out. Like nobody wants to see the same team. We don't want to see Taylor Swift while we watching the game. I watch these games, but they show her like every 5 minutes.
But look, my whole thing is one thing about the NFL. The NFL ain't nothing without money, and
They follow the money.
and
They follow the
I
money.
guarantee you the Chiefs is bringing in the most money for the NFL. So
probably,
they even got a split chance. If they got a split chance of letting them into the Super
Kevin,
Bowl.
that you know what that just reminded me of what he just said.
was that?
You need to go and play that clip. You need to show them that clip with counts. You need to play them
There's
clips.
fewer
Let me see what you're
penalties in
talking
the
about.
last 10 of
What he
11
just
games.
said. What he
That's
just
a little
said.
alarming. Okay. Well, you also see Kansas City penalty yards, 319 yards versus the opponent penalty yards, 541 yards. That's a little alarming. These are not just penalties here. These are difference makers of outcomes of the games. It's happening on third down. This is a personal foul that
Kept the ball alive, kept him alive, kept a drive alive.
That's keeping an already good team another opportunity. And just to say it, when you have conversations with people off camera, the NFL already rigged, let them tell it.
Yes.
Taylor Swift, they keep showing more Taylor Swift than anybody else.
Yes.
Then you got Caitlin Clark with Taylor Swift, and that's. And just to say it, when you have conversations with people off camera, the NFL already rigged, let them tell it.
Yes.
Taylor Swift, they keep showing.
Yeah, bro. Like,
And it's crazy that he's saying the same stuff. That's my favorite quarterback.
I'm glad Cam Newton said that because I was watching it. Shannon Sharp would not acknowledge that he was naive to. No, Cam Newton was like, nah, bro, this ain't this. If you look at this and you look at this, like this shit is making the outcome of games.
Yo, and Kev, that's why they don't like my boy. That's why they blackballed him. That's why nobody wants him because
nope.
Cam, he
Speaks the truth.
Everything he said was the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything
Cam
he said
Newton
was
was
the
in the
truth.
Super Bowl when Peyton Manning, his last year, was finna retire. You mean to tell me all of a sudden Cam Newton don't want to hop on a ball when he'll run a safety over mid? Man, get the hell out of here, man. Get out
But
of here.
Kev, like I said with the money thing, yo, the last time the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, they beat San Fran. Guess what also happened that day?
What?
Travis Kelce girlfriend, whatever the girl name is,
Taylor Swift.
She dropped Taylor Swift. She drops the album.
I saw that.
On the day of the Super Bowl, she drops the album and goes on social media and tells her fans after she performs, she's going to the Super Bowl. She's getting on a plane to the Super Bowl. So where do you think her friends rig up, and all her fans?
Yep.
That's watch time. That's a million more TVs that's right turned on the Super Bowl. You feel me?
It take away, man. When you
I
watch
feel
it.
as though it's a money thing with the NFL.
It is though. It's clearly a money grab, and like you say, the NFL they gonna follow money. But I just think Cam really hit that right on the head though, bro. Like if you
it is a money thing. Like even in taking it back to when Saquon was running the ball that one time, he slid. Like why he do that? Like Vegas had to go.
I was thinking about that too when he slid. That was crazy.
That shows you someone that hasn't been there before.
You think so?
He's trying to. I feel like he's trying to prove his humbleness. He's way too humble.
Yeah,
Young man, you waited almost 6 years for this. You waited almost 6 years for this. Your career was heading downhill over.
It was.
You're
right. It was.
You feel me, bro?
Right.
If I'm Saquon in that situation, and I got a chance to really show bro, he out there looking like a rookie.
Yup.
He out there looking like somebody fresh out of college.
Yup.
You can't tell me that man was hurt last year. Hurt where?
This was definitely a chance for Saquon to revitalize his career. He did that because Philadelphia
you can see the players. You can see the players that been there, Smitty, AJ Brown, and them telling like, "Yo, bro, go score that."
Yeah, told him.
You don't got nothing to prove to us.
Right.
We want to see that.
Right.
You probably on somebody parlay or something.
Right.
That's what we turn the TV on for. Like I understand that it's the Super Bowl or it's the last drive of the game, bro. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Right.
Go score your touchdown.
Exactly.
These are stats. When like, bro, I wish you had the clip of the Commanders in the tunnel. Bro, Terry McLaurin said the most true stuff I ever heard from an NFL player. When the fame gone, when the money gone, all you got is your name and your reputation.
Right.
Oh, once you step out the league, once you retire, what we talk about all the time? Oh, Tom Brady this, what Tom Brady did. We don't bring up Tom Brady contracts. We don't bring up his endorsements. What he did, he won Super Bowls. He did this. He showed up in games. He was the clutch player.
Oh snap! Something else I wanted to bring up. Kansas City punter Matt Arazia. I don't know how you pronounce his name. So I don't know if y'all peeked in the game. He intentionally tiptoed out of the end zone Saturday to surrender at safety.
Ooh.
I think That was the most craziest shit to me.
Kev, if that ain't Vegas, I don't know what it is.
That was
I
Vegas.
still can't make sense of that play.
That was Vegas.
I still don't make. I can't, brother. But mind you, I seen the lines, mind you, because I'm looking at the lines. So 40
Right.
minutes, 45 minutes before the game, the Chiefs is -8. You feel me? And me, I'm the type I
Then
don't
it
touch
comes
even numbers.
9,
Then they went to -9, like
then
20 minutes
9.6.
before the. Yep. Then they went to 9.5, 10 minutes before the game.
Yep.
So the line kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they down 11. They down 11, and you give up a safety.
See, he said it to clear the spread. He said, why would he do that?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
like what? You up 11? If they got you
Exactly.
-9.5, everybody parlays clear.
Exactly.
You and it's like I'm looking for the football reason of taking the safety there.
To
Right.
Because
clear
it's
the
what
spread.
was it? 13 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
Yep.
So what they would have, he would have to score a touchdown, get the onside kick,
Yep.
and throw up a prayer. So what you just said, I'm gonna prevent that. Cause it's like that little three. What they ran off 4 seconds. It was 13 seconds at the snap. He ran out of bounds in 9 seconds. I didn't see the logical reason of doing that. Cause they can still open a kickoff. An NFL player should be able to get to the end zone before 9 seconds. And 100 yards, you can't run 100 yards in 10 seconds with blockers in front of you in a lane. I still feel as though they would have a chance to. That's still 2 possessions. 9 points is still 2 possessions.
It even say it on here, bro. It says to ruin spread bettors. It's on every platform right now.
Yeah, that was
Telling you.
Vegas. That wasn't nobody but
That was
Vegas. And like I said, it's a money thing. Vegas probably giving that money to Andy Reid and them.
yep.
That's putting money in their pockets. Like, yo, you got to win by this much.
Either to the kicker. They probably gave kickers don't make a whole lot. So they might have they might have, you know.
Yeah, that's why I try to stay away from gambling on the NFL. Like when it comes to like spreads and money lines and stuff, because bro, some games this year just didn't make sense.
Man, bro, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of it, even for me, I think I've done it. Say Jason Tatum every night. Jason Tatum getting about 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I need Jason Tatum to get like 2 rebounds to get what I need to get. He couldn't get 2 rebounds. You mean to tell me? And 1 assist for me to
Vegas,
get my
bro.
50? Like
And
I
it's like,
was
yo,
done
y'all
with.
better
I
than
was
me.
just done with it at that point.
Y'all better than me. And it's like, yo, I'm really giving y'all the sauce right here. Like if I'm betting on NBA, I don't even do overs. Like I'm taking the best player from each player team that played that night. If their name is not Shy or Giannis, I'm putting you under 30 and a half. I'm alternating your line. Show me
But
you can go score 30 a night.
what about Luca though? When Luca was damn near 30 a night last year though.
That's last year. You gotta show Kyrie and them gotta show me that this year.
Yeah.
You feel me? When if you're lucky enough, like, because I ain't gonna sit here and say luck don't play a factor. Because especially in basketball, that's misses and makes. Like it ain't football where it's like you draw up schemes and
Right.
you get the ball back. You could draw up the best play in basketball, and the
Right.
ball just might not go through the hoop.
Right. Right.
Like basketball is really about misses and makes. It's like you gotta prove as someone that's gambling, you gotta show me you can score 31, 32 points a game. The only person that shows me they can go for 30 plus a night
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
no free throws is Shy.
Yeah.
Shy Alexander. That's the only person that showed me like
Yeah, he
Giannis
pretty
might, but
consistent.
Giannis will do it too. Giannis might go get 10 dunks. You feel me? Go to the free throw line, knock down a couple free throws. You feel me? Some mid ranges.
I like his game. He pretty calm. He stay calm the whole time. He don't get
Yeah.
over. He real balanced and I like his game. He got a real good mid range game too. If not, he probably got I I'd probably him and Kyrie, but he got one of the best mid range in the game for real,
But
consistently here.
what I feel as though people don't really talk about with Shy is his height. Shy's not no regular point guard.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
not.
Shy is
oh,
big. Like
yeah.
he is a big guard. Like I think he's
A
literally
lot of
like
people
six.
forget he came from the Clippers with Kawhi.
Yeah, like he's a big guard.
But he
Like, and
about 6'5", ain't it?
yeah, he popped up. He popped up out of nowhere. Like
Yeah, he did.
his mid range game is different, and he good. He gets straight to it. He don't waste no
Yeah,
time. He
hey,
gets straight to his shot.
1-2, boom. Hey, he kicking that leg out.
Yeah, bro, he's 6'6".
Yep. See,
Yeah,
that's big.
That
yeah,
sound like a
that is big.
small forward.
That is
Kevin,
big.
it's like
'Cause Kobe was 6'6", wasn't he?
Who?
Kobe was 6'6", right?
how tall was Kobe?
I think about 6'6", ain't it? 6'5".
I
One
don't
of
know.
them.
They was all tall. Like, and that's
Yeah,
was like that's another thing. Like, high school sports and stuff. I would play basketball. You feel me? Just like for the fun of it, because I was good at it. But it's like, bro, they trying to go get people that got a bag at 6'6", 6'7". Like,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
can dribble and get to your own bucket and you six
yeah.
four or tall, like 6'4" is damn near short in the NBA.
Yup. That's just
Like,
like Kyrie, like like 6'2"
yeah,
or 6'5".
If you go stand
Short.
next to Kyrie and Curry, bro, Curry's 6'3".
Yup.
He little as hell. Like, you
It's
look at
crazy.
him.
See, it's crazy how that's short. It's crazy how certain heights be tall up, but then in the NBA you'll be short. Like I'd be short as hell in the NBA. I'd be
Bro,
real small.
even even the even the NFL, like Bryce Young, Bryce Young is 5'10". And
Right.
I actually met Bryce Young in person. I stood next to him.
Oh,
Like, he is a true 5'10". Like, he was to my shoulder. I'm like, yo,
dang.
you going first overall pick. Like, can you even see over the offensive line? Like, you feel me?
Yeah, you
And
right.
then it was crazy because it was a big little thing with the Alabama and Georgia players, because they played in the Natty that year. I think it was 2022. They played in the Natty that year. Then I'm sitting next to Big Davis from the Eagles, and it's just like, damn, like, this the difference. Like, this is who's chasing after you. Like, you feel me? This is who's trying to attack you every play. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And Davis, he a big goofy, like, he big and goofy. He want to joke all day. I was chilling with them for about like an hour or two. Like, he could not stop cracking jokes. Like, Nolan Smith was kicking it with my coaches. Like, they all cool. Like, you feel me? They was just teenagers as well. Like, you gotta remember that. Like, they
Right.
fresh out of college. Like, if you went to college, you know how college is.
Right.
Football or not, you still gonna have your fun. Like, you feel me? So
Right.
it's just like, they actually being next to people that's at that level and seeing like the difference between like because we met like some veterans, like the running back that used to play for the Seahawks. I forgot his name. He was like
Lynch.
nah, not Lynch. It was the running back. I think before Lynch, he was a little older than Lynch.
I can't remember his name. Damn,
I think he in the Hall of Fame though. He might be, or was abducted and was a what's it called, abductee or something. I forgot.
he got
He had a
nominated.
little, yeah, he got nominated or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like talking to guys like that, you can tell like the eras of football are different.
Right.
You feel me? Like, even all the way down to the paychecks, people getting paid way more than what they was
Wait a
getting paid
minute.
back in the day.
Yup.
You feel me? And it's like you'll go to the barber shop and talk to the older guys, you feel me? And they'll tell you everything about the back in the day, this player, that player.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, like, when it come to all around football, even these three players on the screen, Lamar, Joe Burrow, and Daniels, you can't go show me three quarterbacks, and you definitely can't go show me two African American quarterbacks that play like them.
Right.
They might have paved the way. They might have grew up
Right.
watching Randall Cunningham,
I say Randall
McNabb.
Yeah.
You feel me? They
think
might have grew up watching them, but it's like the younger sibling.
I
Where
think
you get to grow up and watch your older siblings, you get
Yeah.
to you figure out they moves before
Yes.
they age. You
Yes.
feel
And
me?
then remember Vic mentor Lamar. So there you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you get to learn from players like that, you pick up their game faster than you just pick.
I think they had never seen nothing like Randall. Then here came Vic and McNabb. Then you had never
Yeah.
seen
So
somebody like Vic. Then here came Cam Newton winning the Super Bowl MVP. Then you
I got two questions for y'all though. So out of these three quarterbacks, and just so let me ask y'all the first question first. Out of these three quarterbacks on the screen, if you had to rank them from 1 to 3, with 1 being the best, who would y'all rank them as?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
And when you explain why though.
All
Okay.
right, this who I'm going with first. Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And
Mm.
my explanation behind that is when it
Mm.
comes when it comes to pure QB drop back reads and
Mm-hmm.
getting the ball where it needs to be, ball placement, you feel me, velocity on the ball, and all around like reading defenses and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe Burrow is number one.
Okay.
And this not even like a 1, 2, 3. This is like a 1A, 1B, 1C.
Right. Right.
This is
Right.
one of them situations. But if I gotta go 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna put Burrow at one, and off the strength of him being Mr. MVP, I'm putting Lamar at two.
Right.
Just because Jaden Daniels, for Jaden Daniels to even be in this conversation says enough about Jaden Daniels because
Right.
this is his
Exactly.
first year. But I
Right.
feel as though when it comes to these two quarterbacks, they didn't put in the footprint already.
Right.
They didn't got
I'm
they didn't got their feet wet. He getting it. He's currently in the deep end right now.
right.
You feel me? Jaden Daniels is currently in the deep end. So it's like he's doing something that neither of them did. You feel me? They rookie year, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lamar first, just cause I've never seen watching Lamar. I've never seen nobody be able to do the stuff he do. I really don't think a lot of these plays are even just they call and play. Lamar out there improvising when he making some of these plays. So I gotta go Lamar one. I agree with what you said about Burrow. I'm gonna go Burrow second, just because Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. And when he went, he got sacked the most by any quarterback and still make it to a Super Bowl. So that shows you his toughness. Then I'm gonna go Jalen Daniels third. But I don't think he's gonna be number three for long. But Joe Burrow, Lamar already done kind of putting their fence footprints. But I'm going Lamar for that simple reason. I don't think nobody can do what Lamar do on the field as far as improvising and last ability, is quick thinking and just to make moves. And he explosive as anybody. He's just as explosive as any player in the NFL to me. So that's
Right.
why I'm going Lamar first.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Joe Burrows first because I feel like he was dealt the worst card out of the other two quarterbacks. Like if you're a quarterback in the NFL and you got the worst line, for example, like in the league, and you able to still come out with the stats that you able to come out with,
That's
I just feel like that's big.
that's true.
That's a that's a big thing. Like even talking about the whole MVP thing, I
Right.
feel like he should have been ranked a little bit higher when it was talks about the MVP. Who should have won the MVP?
Right.
Uh, Taking a look at his stats, he's also, I believe, he's throwing the least interceptions on the season out of these two quarterbacks. Don't quote
Right.
me on. Pull that up right here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
will have to see that because I really haven't seen them.
I think Lamar was first because Lamar got 40 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I think Joe Burrow was second far as the least interceptions. I think.
so he threw for 4,918 yards, 43 TDs, and 9 interceptions. So
Okay, yeah.
he's sitting around about the same as Patrick Mahomes
Mhm.
as far as stats. It looks like. So, like I said, I feel like he was dealt the worst cards, and he's able to make the
Right.
best out of it. If I had to pick a number two quarterback, I was a little bit. This is kind of hard for me to kind of pick and choose, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Daniels because for him
Oh man, okay.
for him to come in as a rookie, and do what he do at a high level and even take his team to the playoffs this far in, I feel like that's really, really big in my eyes too as well.
It
And
is.
then even looking at his stats as well, like his stats look beautiful
Yes.
for him to be coming in as a rookie. Like being a quarterback at any level, especially the college level or even the NFL level, it's not an easy thing to do. But the
Right.
way he just dissects and picks apart the defenses that he plays is just big. And
Yeah,
then
this guy's
lastly,
amazing, bro.
I would have to go with Lamar. I mean, you can't take nothing away from Lamar. Lamar, yeah, they get to the playoffs every year and they choke. They seem to choke, but I see some. I see a form of consistency with him.
Yeah.
So it's just about putting the puzzle pieces together
That,
as a
that,
whole.
And I'm gonna be honest. If another reason why I don't disagree with you, and like you said, give Daniels another 2, 3 years. He gonna be neck to neck with Lamar and them and
yes.
Josh Allen and
Yes.
them and the MVP.
Yes.
But we also got to remember where the strongest part of the NFL is. the AFC runs the NFL.
Yes.
The NFL is ran by the AFC, and it's
Listen,
Right.
like
Daniels right
it's gonna
now.
be harder. It's gonna be harder for Lamar Jackson to win that big game
Yes.
than Jaden Daniels to win that big game.
Listen, Jalen Daniels, and ask us this question in 2 years about these quarterbacks on the screen. And in a few years, Jalen Daniels is going to be unquestionably the best quarterback. He might be in a LeBron situation where he going to the Super Bowl damn the other. Because Dak ain't touching Daniels. It ain't no quarterback. Jalen Hurts might be the closest thing, but it's from that side. And of course, you got Stafford in them, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just talking about pure talent. If you just think about it for a minute, that's a tough division over there where they at. Mahomes, Josh Allen,
very
Burrow,
tough,
that's a tough division.
very tough. Cause it's like even the quarterback that had the best stats this year didn't even make the playoffs because of the AFC was being so tough.
Right.
You
See,
got you
it's
got
crazy.
then it's like granted the NFC. Look at them teams like the Vikings. They didn't even have to pay their quarterback. You
Right,
feel me? The Rams
Right.
got a veteran. The Rams got a veteran quarterback.
The
right.
The
Rams
still
hot.
the still the still
Rams
the
hot.
still the Steelers paid their quarterback $1 million, $1 million.
Yeah.
You
Right.
telling me you made it to the playoffs with a quarterback that got $1 million, and the only reason why the Steelers made the playoffs is because the Bengals defense stunk it up this year.
Yep. Yep.
Joe Burrow, and like I said, if it's teams that I said don't belong in the playoffs, I feel as though the Steelers was one of them. And
Right.
I love George Pickens. George Pickens, he's starting to become one of my favorite receivers.
Hey, he is my
Yeah.
favorite receiver. Other than DK, he a dog, and I love that. I
And
love that dog.
I feel as
Love
though
that.
you put him in the right offense, he's easily 1,000-yard receiver
What?
every
Because
year.
Where else can
I
you
didn't
see
even
him going, bro?
I
Say
didn't
that
even
again.
know you said what?
Go ahead, Craig.
I didn't even know George Pickens was like that until they started Russell Wilson, and Wilson started throwing on them balls and he was adjusting, catching, doing all. I was like, oh yeah, this bro right here the truth. He
Where
the
else would you see George Pickens going if he was the leader of Steelers?
me personally, I would want him to go with somebody who could really give him the ball. Jalen Daniels would be a good place for him to go. Somebody with him, somebody who gonna really get him the ball. It need to be a passing quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you this. If I was to pick three teams that'll benefit from grabbing him, because first of all, he's a deep threat. Like
Yes,
them 50-50 balls
yes,
is not 50-50 balls with him.
yes,
It's
Right.
more like 75-25. Like
yes,
if the
yes,
ball's in the if it's catchable, 9 times out of 10 it's coming down with George Pickens.
yes,
So it's like if I'm the Bengals and I see T Higgins hitting the free agency and want to go test the market, I don't see I feel like that's an even playing field losing T Higgins and bringing in George Pickens. I don't think that's a drop that's a downgrade.
hell no.
I don't
But
I don't see
I
that
don't
I
know if
don't see that being
I don't
a
know because they gotta pay Chase. I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off.
and another team I can see him going to, and I feel as though they really a wide receiver two away from being in the playoffs is the Cowboys.
Yeah,
You take
yeah.
some of
We
that. You
looking
take
at the
some of
same.
that. You take some of that attention off of CD Lamb.
He must be
Yeah.
a Cowboys fan.
Nah,
Nah,
I
he's
ain't no
not.
Cowboy.
Listen,
I,
bro. I
I
was
I just
thinking
know
the same thing.
football. Like when you got a wide receiver one, and then you got the rest of the room. You feel me? Like everybody else got a wide receiver one, a wide receiver two, and you feel me? Probably some teams got a sturdy wide receiver three.
Right.
But
I'm gonna be
the
honest, bro.
Cowboys,
I
I feel
don't.
like the Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb, and then like Brandon Cooks and them. Like Brandon Cooks been playing before I was born and stuff.
I don't see Dak making it deep in the playoffs. I'm just being out. That's just me though. I don't think he can handle the pressures of it. They've been had chance. He had a defense like that one year where the Cowboy defense played well and he stunk it up. I just don't think that. I don't see it. Man.
This
I'm gonna be honest with
this is what leads into the next conversation. So, with that being said, so let's talk about college football a little bit. Now, we got a lot of top players coming into the NFL next season. Now we got top two quarterbacks. So a lot of people have been talking about Cam Ward and Shador. I'm gonna have a different segment for this, but those are just two quarterbacks that we can look at that could potentially even land in Dallas.
you. Right.
So I guess what I'm asking is, who do you feel like that could be transferring? Not transferring, but coming in from the collegiate level onto the pros. Who do you feel like can make that had that impact to even take the Cowboys to the playoffs?
I'm gonna always say Shador. I feel as though if you give Shador an offensive line like that,
Yeah,
and let him sit somewhere comfortably, he has never been comfortable.
yeah, you're right.
Like he's been under pressure, and that's why I feel as though he will be the number one pick, because usually the number one pick is going to go play behind the worst line.
Yep.
It's
And I
true.
will take the quarterback that's already used to playing behind the worst line.
Yeah.
And granted, if I'm Shador this offseason, I'm working on my speed. Because one thing about them, the NFL DNs, they're coming.
Yeah.
Right.
And granted, Shador's someone that can be tackled, that can get arm tackled, because he gives me clumsy vibes. Like
Yeah.
the way he runs gives me clumsy. So it's like,
Yeah.
if I'm him, I'm working on my speed. I'm working on my core. You feel me? So I can go pick up that first down.
Right.
If my first two reads not open or my check down not open, I will go pick up. I don't see him being able to do all that running around he did at Colorado, granted, but he has proved time and time over again that he can make plays happen under pressure. And with a wide receiver core, which he had, probably one of the best in college football, you give him receivers that can catch the ball, because the ball gonna be in the area. You give him players that can catch the ball, he can take teams a long way. I feel as though him being able to make plays and stuff in the NFL. Cam Ward, that's nothing against Cam Ward, but I feel as though Cam Ward, it's hard. Like granted, Bryce Young. Bryce Young played behind Alabama O line.
It's correct.
Never been out. He was out there playing 7-on-7. He's not under pressure until you play Georgia. You
Right.
feel me? So it's just drop back. Let me see who open. If nobody open, I'm out. Real calm. It looks like he's calm. His demeanor is real. You feel
That's
me?
that's
That's what everybody says about Cam Ward. He's real calm, under
right.
pressure, this, that, and the third. Because Cam Ward knows his trench babies up front. He don't got to worry about nothing.
Correct.
It was a clip that I seen where he threw a ball standing still. He just stood still and
Yeah,
threw
he
the
walked up.
ball.
I think somebody.
Yeah.
Bro, as a quarterback, if my quarterback coach would have seen that in college and acting what you thought that was cool?
Right.
Like you think that's gonna NFL coach gonna look at that like, dang man, like that's amazing. No,
Uh,
no,
it,
like that wasn't something like. But granted, he had a great year.
right.
Stats was
He did.
amazing. Stats was amazing. But I feel as though where they went wrong at, you can't lose to Syracuse. You can't lose to Syracuse because everyone's hyping your name up to the point where you must. It's a must. You make the playoffs. Everybody wanted to see Miami in the playoffs.
Right.
Like, you feel me? You came over from Washington State. You feel me? Like you at the U. If anybody at the U got some type of recognition, especially if you're a quarterback, they got the reputation behind the name itself. Miami University, the old head, they didn't built Miami University from the ground. So it's
Right.
like you walking into a situation where you're able to win the ACC, or at least play for a championship at least, and you stink it up versus Syracuse on and I think it was in Syracuse too.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
That's
It
it.
was.
And granted, I played against a lot of players that played for Syracuse, and I actually bet that Syracuse was going to win because they are some dogs. A lot that half their rosters from South Jersey. Their coaches from South Jersey, where I
They
played football at.
and then I believe they got a new coach this past season at Syracuse as well. So I know they really
Yep.
built up there in Syracuse.
They got Fran Brown.
Correct.
He was the top recruiting coach at Georgia the year
Right.
before,
Yep.
and he brung I don't know if y'all know him, but Yazzie Haynes. He brung him from
No, I
Georgia.
don't know who that is.
He's a speedy
I don't know.
deep receiver. I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt this season. I didn't see him late into the season, but he one of them 4-2 guys that you will see sneaky at Georgia, because Georgia always got speed.
Right.
You
Yeah,
feel
they
me?
do. Yeah.
So when he came over
But
from
I was
Georgia,
also I was a little disappointed in Georgia this year, man. Oh, I
yeah,
was mad.
yeah, I didn't like Georgia. I didn't like Georgia offense. It wasn't what I ain't gonna say it wasn't what I expected because, granted, the quarterback before Beck, that offense was different.
Right.
That offense was different. And he ended up coming to the league. I think he's Stafford backup. Stetson Bennett, that was his name, right?
Can't remember.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett. He was a good quarterback. So it was like that's another thing about these players that come in they second, third year. You feel me? And
Yeah, that's a Bennett.
with shoes to fill into. Like when you got a reputation from your freshman year, like when you get thrown in the deep end freshman year, like the Lagway from Florida, I feel like he's gonna be a good player. When you throw young bulls in the fire and let them figure it out, show them the way, but let them figure it out on their own. Them become the best players because I feel like the late bloomers, it can be good, but I just don't see them being able to come in behind someone like Stetson Bennett that won a natty or two. Now they expecting like, all right, we just won a natty, we got to do it again this year. And
Right.
it's easy to talk about it. It's easy to say it. But I'm telling you, 13, 14, 15 games a season and then getting into the playoffs, you got to win 17, 18 games to hold
Right.
that trophy up at the end.
Right.
That breaks you down physically and mentally. You gotta be prepared both ways, mentally and physically for 18 games, 17 games.
Right.
And with this 12 team bracket, you got an extra game or two. So it's like, okay, are you mentally ready to take on a starting quarterback job at a collegiate level? And it's like if you go to like the comments under the post, it's a lot of Instagram quarterbacks and Instagram referees and Instagram coaches. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people that can talk about it. You feel me? It might be easy to talk about it, but I can honestly say like from a quarterback point of view, it's hard. Like it's not hard when you actually put the time into it, but it ain't one of them quarterback ain't one of them positions where it's like, all right, I'm gonna just go grab a let me get everybody else and then we'll find a quarterback later.
Right.
If you're a coach and you're trying to build an offense, it gotta start with your quarterback. You
Right.
feel me? And if it doesn't start with a quarterback, it starts with a left tackle. Someone that's gonna protect your quarterback's blind side. You feel
Right.
me? Like all 11 players is very important, but you will be a fool to think it's not they all on the same level. The importance of a quarterback, a left tackle, you feel me, and the rest of like the receivers it's the difference. It's the difference because you can have the best receiver core in the world and have a quarterback that just can't get it to him, or have a line that don't get a quarterback enough time to get it to him. So it's like you gotta know as a coach, you gotta know what pieces you need first of all, because say Michigan, you see Michigan fell all the way off. They sent 17 players to the NFL last year. It's hard. It's hard to rebuild. Which is granted, it's getting easier with this NIL money.
Right.
But even the young, what's the young boy name they just got, Kev? Uh, Underwood, Bryce Underwood.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He
They
hot, bro.
gave him.
He
They
Yeah.
hot.
gave him.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, I really hope he is. Because one thing I just don't understand. So mind you, I'm only 19, so it's like you giving a 17, 18-year-old fresh out of high school $12.5 million.
Yeah. They get they getting more than niggas in the league.
Listen.
You
What?
feel me? And you got a 4-star. You already got a 4-star sitting in your quarterback room.
I heard he might hit the portal though.
He said he quoted in his last interview, "I don't shy away from competition. We will make each other better." That's what he said.
Okay.
And it's
We
like
go-
if I'm Michigan coach, I'm just like I'm looking like, bro, I gave this young buck $12 million. I'm throwing him in the deep end. I gotta see what I just paid for. You feel me? I'm not paying nobody $12 million to keep your grades up. We're gonna
Yeah.
develop you. I'm not giving you. I will give you 2-3 million. You feel me? I don't know if it's because the QB play they had this year and that might have played a factor, but if I'm the quarterback, if I'm a quarterback in that room, and I see they just paid a quarterback fresh out of high school $12 million,
Right.
I don't know how I will feel. You feel me? I don't know, like, if the confidence might not just be there. I never seen nobody but the Warren dude and the Orgy dude in the game.
Right.
Orgy went to UNLV. You feel me? He left. I don't know what Warren did. I don't know what he's doing, but as far as the Bryce Underwood kid, I feel as though he got some shoes to fill too. And if Tom Brady calling you, they gotta be high expectations. Like, they gotta be a bar that's set that they looking for you to reach. So it's like, coming into this off season, he gotta mentally be ready for everything that's thrown at him. Cause especially as far as the playbook, that gotta be the first thing. You gotta have that down spring semester. So when fall semester come in and summer workouts, y'all hit the floor running.
Right.
So
Yeah, bro. It's a lot happening, bro. And honestly, bro, like you was mentioning, like even with this NIL stuff, I feel like just playing a lot of having a lot of influence on a lot of players' decisions. Just
a lot.
So, but yeah, bro. We talked about a lot on here though. How y'all
Yeah.
feel? I
I
feel like this is
feel
a good little live.
like
Yeah,
direction and everything. This is my first time, so I'm gonna be on.
like, this is my first time ever doing something like this. So
Yeah, I liked it though. I enjoyed it, man. It was actually way better than I thought it was gonna be.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, that was good.
definitely,
But yeah,
definitely.
I appreciate y'all both for tapping in though. Craig, I know you gotta go in a few minutes. For anybody who wants to know about Jock's YouTube channel, here it is once again. All you gotta do is scan that. Just scan that right here. It'll take you directly to his link. Go show him some love. He's a new YouTuber podcast that's coming
Okay.
up now. So, but expect to see them both here on me on this channel quite often. Yeah, we're gonna keep everything flowing. So,
Okay.
other than that, y'all got anything else?
Nah, that's it for me, man.
That's it for me. I'm saying
Good
everyone
talking
that
to y'all and seeing y'all perspective of everything.
Oh yeah, no
nah,
problem.
I definitely love hearing what other people got to think about the sport that I love. I grew up playing, and if you're watching, you feel me? That's a lot I'll be talking about on my page. You know,
Oh,
just sports in general. I love sports. I can talk about sports all day.
right.
If you a guy that sports bet, I definitely talk about my sports bets and stuff, or my intake on what I would put if I'm gambling on a game one night or whatever. But even down to if you still play football or you still coaching, I break down defenses. You feel me? I offensive plays, show why this read, why that read. I'm gonna be doing a lot on my page, on my podcast this up and coming season. So if you interested, this the place to be.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that tapped into this live
Appreciate y'all.
channel. Obviously, social. That is all I have, and I will get back to time.
See, appreciate.
We out.
All right, man. I can